Hello everyone, welcome back. So finally there is a new update on official website of IIT Madras. So today the syllabus for GATE 2019 has been announced. So today we are going to talk about syllabus for chemical engineering for GATE 2019. So there is no change from last year. The syllabus is exactly the same as that of GATE 2018. So I will tell you the syllabus for chemical engineering briefly. Along with this, I will also tell you the important topics which come in GATE for chemical engineering and what you should study. And in addition to this, I will also tell you the reference books which you should read for the particular subject in order to build up your concepts. So let us begin with the first subject, that is chemical reaction engineering. So for chemical reaction engineering, the topics are theories of reaction rates, kinetics of homogeneous reaction, interpretation of batch reactor data, single multiple reaction. Then we move toward the non-ideal part, residence time distribution and heterogeneous characteristics, etc. So the question which come from basics, the question comes on kinetics of homogeneous reaction, means the simple numerical comes from Arrhenius equation and temperature, how the rate constant varies with temperature. And along with this, in the advanced part, the question comes from the diffusion effect in catalyst. Along with this, the question comes on residence time distribution also. From the last 2 or 3 years or 4 years, we are seeing most of the question coming from residence time distribution, or you can say one question definitely comes from residence time distribution. So I will request you all to study this residence time distribution in chemical reaction engineering, to focus more on this parts. And non-ideal part are now also coming on GATE. So in GATE, so diffusion effect in catalyst, from this topic the numerical used to come in GATE. So now, which should be the reference book for GATE for chemical reaction engineering? So for chemical reaction engineering, I will request you to read Octave Levenspile. Octave Levenspile is the best book for chemical reaction engineering, or you can say it is one of the best book for chemical engineering student. So you should study from the basic, start from the first chapter for chemical reaction reaction engineering for Octave Levenspile. Now, the second book is H. Scott Fogler, Elements of Chemical Reaction Engineering. But I will ask you to read Octave Levenspile because it starts from the basic and it takes you to the advanced reaction engineering. H. Scott Fogler is somewhat advanced, so I will ask you to read Octave Levenspile. I personally prefer Octave Levenspile. The next subject which comes is heat transfer. So conduction, convection, radiation, evaporator, heat exchanger, and boiling and condensation. These are the syllabus for heat transfer part in GATE 2000 and in GATE. So conduction, convection, radiation mostly covers the GATE, but now from last 2 or 3 years I am seeing the question on radiations. So radiation is becoming the important topic for GATE. So along with this, heat exchanger is also important. But I never see the question, you cannot say never, but yes, mostly the numericals never come on boiling and condensation, means these are not so important topic. In 4 or 5 years you will see single question on boiling and condensation. So I will suggest not to go into this topic briefly in boiling and condensation. Study conduction, convection, radiation, then move towards evaporator. Heat exchanger part come in convection only, so study the heat exchanger also. So conduction, convection, radiation, heat exchanger and evaporator. So this is the way I am telling you in decreasing order. First read conduction, this is the most important, then convection, then radiation, and then heat exchanger. One question on radiation is fixed, it will come this year also, it came last year also, it came. So these are the important topics for heat transfer. Now which book you should refer? The book which come is J.P. Holman. So I personally refer J.P. Holman for heat transfer. This is very good book. Mechanical engineering student also read this book, J.P. Holman. So you can start studying your heat transfer from J.P. Holman. The next subject is mass transfer. Again, diffusion, distillation, absorption, liquid extraction, drying, humidification, dehumidification, crystallization. All these are in the syllabus of GATE. So before, the topics mostly come, the question mostly come from the topics diffusion, distillation only. But from the last 3 or 4 years, I am seeing the question on topics on the advanced topics such as absorption, LLE, and drying. This year the question was on LLE, liquid extraction, and drying also. There was one question on drying also. Last year the question came on absorption, drying, crystallization, and before that year in 2015 the question was on drying again. Drying is continuously coming, leaching. So I will suggest you to read this advanced topic also. These are very small topics, but the question now are coming, the focus of examiners have been shifted to these questions, to these topics. So mass transfer basically come about 9 to 12 marks every year. It comes from 9 to 12 marks, and it is the important topic for chemical engineering. Now the heat transfer which comes is about 8 to 10 marks every year. It comes for 8 to 10 marks. Similarly, chemical reaction engineering varies from 10 to 11. It is constant. I am seeing from 2014 to 2017 10 marks question came from chemical reaction engineering. Chemical reaction weightage was 10 marks. In 2018 the chemical reaction engineering weightage was 11 marks. So this was about reaction engineering, heat transfer, mass transfer. So books for mass transfer, Robert T. Trebal, a very good book, but you can say it is very typical book. Maybe you will not be able to understand if you study once or twice. So you have to read it thoroughly, and the basics for thermodynamics is important in order to read that subject. So I will suggest you to read McCabe-Smith. McCabe-Smith is considered to be best for mass transfer operation. Now the next subject is fluid mechanics. So again, the Newtonian, non-Newtonian, Bernoulli equations, then pumps, compressors, boundary layer theory, then fluidized bed, packed bed, turbulent flows. All these topics are in syllabus of fluid mechanics. So again, the question come in fluid mechanics. The question normally comes formula based. Direct question come in fluid mechanics. So I will suggest not to read thoroughly, not to go through the book thoroughly, and don't go brief into the don't go deep into the derivation. Just study from the just go superficially. So topic usually the question usually comes numerical based, and simple numerical comes. So do the previous year question nicely and study the previous year questions, and the concepts are same. You can say packed bed, fluidized bed nowadays are the focus is being shifted from Newtonian, non-Newtonian to these kind of topics like packed bed and fluidized bed. So you can study that. Elementary boundary layer theory, there is normally we can see there is some conceptual question, or you can say a theory based question which come on boundary layer theory every one or twice in a couple of years. So the best book you can say is Yunus Sengel and John Simbala. Along with this, there is Fox and McDonald's fluid mechanics books also. So Yunus Sengel is very deep book, or the explanation of this book is very good. So you can read that from book, or along with this you can also refer unit operations. Now the next question is next topic is mechanical operations. So this subject: size distribution, size reduction and classification of solid particle, settling, centrifuge and cyclones, thickening, classification, filtration, mixing, agitation, conveying of solid. I never see question on conveying of solid and as well as mixing also. Yes, there are some question which comes from filtration and settling also. And the important topic, the most important topic is size reduction. Yes, this is the important important chapter of mechanical operation, I can say, size reduction. So the decreasing order again is size reduction, then settling, filtration, then you can move towards centrifuge or cyclone. So from the last year I am thinking, from the last 2 or 3 years I am seeing the question on settling. So fluid mechanics and mechanical operation every year come for 9 to 10 marks. So this time you can also think that you can also I think it will come about 9 to 10 marks. So this was about mechanical operation, and you can study this subject from GK Roy. GK Roy, in a very simple language, GK Roy is given, or either go and study on from the books such as Arihant or Unit Operation. But if you want to refer, then you can refer GK Roy. The next subject is Instrumentation and Process Control. So this in this subject there is the basic, and then process modeling, linearization. There are some mathematical topics also, such as linearization, Laplace transform, and then there is transfer function, inverse response, and then controller modes, controller, then stability criteria. Then we move toward the higher or advanced process control, that is Bode criteria, stability, Rao-Thierry. So I will suggest you that go through all the topics for process control. The question numerical, normally the numerical based equation comes in the advanced part also, and in the basic part also the numerical based equation comes. Sometimes, like in GATE 2017, the mathematical question came, whose application was in process control. Means the question came on the Laplace transform, directly the Laplace. So the instrument and process control, I will say this is a simple subject, but a student think that it is very typical, and they used to leave this subject. So you can go through it. You can study this subject by two books. There are two books which are usually preferred by chemical engineer: Donald R. Kuffner, and the second book is George Stephanopoulos. I personally prefer George Stephanopoulos because very easily it is given in a George Stephanopoulos, very basic book. It takes from basic to the advanced. Again, Kuffner is somewhat advanced, or its language is somewhat tough. So I will suggest, if you are starting with this subject, go with George Stephanopoulos. The next subject is chemical engineering thermodynamics, the very basic and very important subject of chemical engineering. Thermodynamics usually comes for about 9 to 10 marks, and along with this there is a very interesting fact that thermodynamics and process calculations, if you will merge this subject, thermodynamics and process calculation, then every year from the last 5 or 6 years I am seeing that these two subjects, if you add the marks for these two subjects, the weightage is 13 marks. Means thermodynamics and process calculation comes for 13 marks, in which 4 or 3 marks come for process calculation, and 8 and 9 marks question come from 9 and 10 marks come from thermodynamics. So very basic, and I will suggest you to go through this book, go through this topic, this subject, because its application is vast. Its application is in chemical reaction engineering also, mass transfer also, and process control also. So you can study this subject briefly. The topics are first and second law, third law, first and second law, sorry, third law not there in our subject. So first and second law, then thermodynamic properties for pure fluid, then partial properties, then solution thermodynamics. Solution thermodynamics, you can say, is the most important part of chemical engineering thermodynamics. Every year the numerical comes from solution thermodynamics. You can say only solution thermodynamics, means 4 to 5 marks question cover from solution thermodynamics. 1 on 2 marks, 3 marks, 4 marks come from the basics of chemical engineering thermodynamics, such as first and second law. So the interest has been shifted from the basics to the solution thermodynamics part. Chemical reaction equilibria is also important, so you can also go through this topic. So the best book, or the most preferred book for chemical engineering thermodynamics, is Chemical Engineering Thermodynamics by J.M. Smith, Wennes, and M.M. Abbott. Very good book, you can say, very good book for chemical engineering students. One of the best book again for the chemical engineering students. You should prefer after the GATE in interview also, you will be asked with this book, have you read this book or not. So very good book, very good concept about chemical engineering thermodynamics. I personally prefer, I personally say that this is the best book for chemical engineering. The next topic is plant design and economics. So process estimation, cost estimation, total annualized cost, cost indices, payback period, discounted cash flow optimization, heat exchanger, multi-stage contactors. So go to the costing part. From in 2014 and 15 and 16, sorry, in 2014 and 15, it covers about 5 to 6 marks. Its weightage was 5 to 6 marks. I don't know what happened to IISc Bangalore and Roorkee. The first time the weightage went to 10 marks, means plant design and economics came up for about 10 marks. Means this was very shocking for students of chemical engineering. But again, in 2018 it came for 5 marks. Next year you cannot say how much marks it will cover. It usually varies. If the gate examiner want to make your subject difficult or something different, they will increase the weightage for plant design and economics. But the subject is very interesting and simple. You can complete it within 2 or 3 days. This subject is seriously very simple. Just read the books such as Arihant, or you can also go through that Ram Prasad. Study from that only and study the previous year question. Do the previous year question for this subject. You will complete all the topics for this subject. So very easy, and if you want to score high, then do this subject I am telling you. So the next topic is chemical technology. Next subject is chemical technology. These industry, go through it. In inorganic chemical industry such as sulfuric acid, phosphoric acid, chloralkali, fertilizer, ammonia, urea, SSP, TSP, then pulp and paper, sugar, oil, fats, then polythene, polypropylene, PVC, polyester, polysynthetic fibers. So the important topics are sulfuric acid. In 2017 the direct question came for sulfuric acid. There is no numerical question, only the descriptive question come, descriptive, or you can say, sorry, multiple choice question come in this subject. So sulfuric acid last year it came. Ammonia also important. Chloralkali, this year the question was on chloralkali process. Phosphoric acid also important. The one of the important topic is urea, but I never see the question on urea. Means from the last 3 or 4 years there was no question on urea. So maybe you can expect this time examiner may ask you question from urea. So that's it for chemical technology, I can think. So paper and pulp, just go through superficially from all these processes. You should just know the what are the processes for the particular for the production of particular compound, or for the production of particular acids or ammonia. So go through it superficially, don't go deep into the processes, because mostly the question might come so that the student cannot do the question. So just go to this subject superficially. Dredden, the only book I suggest is Dredden, Outline of Chemical Technology. Again, good book, written very in a good manner. So just go through the processes, the name of the process, learn the name of the processes. Yes, this process come from this topic. So the next is process calculation. Again, the same as that of thermodynamics. When you will read thermodynamics, then along with thermodynamics read this book also, process calculation. Steady state balance, unsteady state balance, recycle, bypass, purge. This year there was question on this process calculation from recycling, and last year also there was question, I think, on purge, sorry, in bypass. I never see question on purging, etc. So you can go through this topic. Multi-state, multi-component reacting and non-reacting system is not so important. Steady state, unsteady state, mass and energy balance is important, and again the recycle, bypass is important. So you can go this for this subject, and it is very simple subject. Easily you can do this. The next is engineering mathematics, linear algebra, calculus, differential equation, probability and statistics. These are the topics which come in GATE. So linear algebra question, I can see matrix only 1 or 2 question comes. Eigenvalue, eigenvector, from the last 2 or 3 years I don't see any question came from this topic. Yes, there was question on calculus, 1 or 2 question from calculus, not from Taylor series or something, just limit and continuity. Yes, the question on divergence and curl or volume or surface integral analysis is important. Green and Stokes theorem is important, but I don't know, from the last some years mathematics part is coming very simple, and since it is coming very simple, they are not going into deep topics, they are not going into advanced topics, they are just going from the basics. So only the limit, continuity and differentiability question is coming, and along with this matrix algebra and analysis system of linear equation, this is important. Then come to differential equation and complex variable. So complex variable has been cut short into very small topic, means complex variable now only the 1 or 2 pages, only 1 or 2 topics are left: complex number, polar form and triangle inequality. Don't go in any other topic. The syllabus has been reduced to very less. These are the only 3 topics which come in GATE. So go through it. Then comes the differential equation, first order equation, higher order linear differential equation, initial and final boundary layer problem. Go through the Laplace transform. It will not only help in mathematics, but it will also help in you in process control also. So the question can come from here or it can come from process control in the last Laplace transform. If you will do Laplace transform nicely, then definitely you will do process control very easily. You will find process control very easy. The next is probability and statistics. The question are coming from probability and statistics now. There are less topics which come from differential equation. I can see no question on complex variable from last 2 or 3 years. Calculus and linear algebra, one question maybe, but yes, probability and statistics are coming every year. So in this time numerical method, the question came on numerical method such as Ranga-Kutta method, lean trapezoidal and Simpson rule. So again the question is expected from all these topics. So probability and statistics, the question from the last 2 years are coming on median. Simple means such a simple question means 10 or 12 values are given and you have to find the mean and median or mode for this question, means what we studied in 6th class. So usually the student leave mean median mode, and mostly the books of engineering covers the advanced part of mean median mode. So this time they are giving very simple question on mean median mode. The student used to leave that and they found difficult, or they just go with the wrong option, and they get the negative marking. So I will just say go through these 3 topics again. I don't know why they are asking these simple topics, mean median mode. So definitely in mathematics come for about 13 marks. You can score well above 8 marks or 10 marks, well above 8 or 10 marks if you have studied all these topics. So mean median mode and probability. Okay, then numerical method also important. So that's it for mathematics also. B.S. Grewal for mathematics. I will suggest, means don't go for any book, just study. If you get Made Easy Mathematics for mechanical engineering student, Made Easy book, Made Easy notes for mathematics for mechanical engineering student, go through it. Not any single question will go out of this book. All the question come from this topic only. Within 2 or 3 days complete the whole book, whole notes of Made Easy Mathematics for mechanical engineers. I see from the last 10 or 15 years, not even single question go out from this Made Easy Mathematics book. I don't know why, but direct question, the numerical values are also same from the Made Easy notes, so you can go through it. Then there are some important books for the chemical engineering such as Ram Prasad. If you are preparing for GATE, then please buy this book, Dr. Ram Prasad, Chemical Engineering Reaction for GATE. The green color book, the green color thick book you can buy for Ram Prasad, for chemical engineering gate by Ram Prasad. Very important books, many numericals are given, and the numerical from every part are given. So it is the best book I will suggest you. The next book is MSUBU. There are important topics, or you can refer it for notes and some advanced question. The solved example question are given in MSUBU, so you can go through it. The next, if you want to try more numerical, then you can also buy Aryanth. But yes, there are some mistakes given in the Aryanth. So you can follow the MSUBU and Dr. Ram Prasad for that questions. So for more numerical, you can go to Aryanth. So that's it for today. We today talked about the chemical engineering syllabus, and if you have any question, any doubt that how to prepare and what or any doubt on the topics or weightage or anything about how to crack the gate and anything, you can comment us below. Along with this, if you want to discuss more, you can join our Facebook group on of Gyanway. We have Facebook group of Gyanway. You can comment there, you can post your query there. Any question, if you have any doubt on any question, you can ask on our page. We will definitely reply you. That group is mainly made for the student. So thank you very much. That's it for today. If you like that video, subscribe the YouTube channel. Thank you very much.